Hey Miracle, where are we at today?
So today we're at my new lease property, and this is our first work day we've had out here so far. We've been going around the fence and mowing it to see what kind of fencing we have to work with. I think me and Daddy, we walked around the whole thing, measured it as we went around, and the whole perimeter of the fence is exactly, well, not exactly 3,000 feet, but pretty close. And we counted 142 T-posts that are usable around the whole exterior.
But that's not counting the extra field over there though, is it?
No.
Okay.
And it's not counting all the ones up in the woods that we couldn't even hardly see. I mean, they're 142 usable T-posts that were mainly on one line. Because one fence line was remade over 4 times. So we had T-posts from each time they rebuilt the fence. So we're going to pull all of them up and make one good line. But there's not one good line on the whole fence. So we don't have much to start with, but we do have a lot to work with. So we have to start from scratch for the beginning. We're going to take down everything at the road because I want it to look good. And we will give y'all updates as we go along. We'll have 2 high standards in mind. Footy sock, Mom. So, we're out here at the front fence line. This is going to be the most beautiful line you've ever seen once we get finished with it. As you can tell, there was a barbed wire line, and then they added a, it's not high tensile, but just the electric wire line in front of that one. So there's 2 fence lines here. They're both going to be gone, and we're going to add 2 more lines of wire and make it a good electric fence line for here up at the road. So as you can see, this is some beautiful grass here on this property. Cows have been on it 100% up until this past fall, so it's had the winter to rest and then this spring to recuperate. So now, just in a few weeks, hopefully, my cows will be able to start grazing on it. We may cut some hay on this because it came back so nice and flush for the spring. So we might cut this front top part of the pasture for hay this spring because the pond is way back on the other end and my cows will start grazing from the pond and work their way up here. So by the time we get it cut for hay and the fence done, it'll already be regenerating itself before the cows even show back up. So it probably will be ready to graze by the time we get the cows here again. So we're going to go ahead and cut 1 round of hay on it this year. That'll probably be the only hay we ever cut out here and let it just replenish itself if we have to. This is how we like to keep our fence lines. This is a little wider than normal, but since we ain't grazing yet, like Daddy was saying, he's like, oh, lasses would be loving to eat this grass I'm mowing. But since we gotta do so much fence work, we're gonna keep it nice and clean up to this point. And I'll come out here with my weed eater and get what was left underneath the fence. But since we're gonna take the fence up, I'm just gonna take the fence up and then weed eat it, and then we'll add the new fence on it. So we have a beautiful mixture of grasses. There's all kinds of what people prefer to call weeds out here, which is some nice vetch, which is a natural warmer for cattle and goats. There are 2 different kinds of clover. There's red clover and white clover, which I'm really excited about. Of course, we do have a few buttercups, but you're going to have them anywhere that you don't spray. They can live here. It's fine. Their season's about to be up in about 2 weeks. My cows ain't going to be here yet, so they can just live for the little bit they have left. And this is such a blessing to be out here in this pasture. I'm excited to be able to share the journey of getting this back to a great glory for my animals and for the landowners. And I hope y'all enjoy the videos and come along with us.
Now this is the outside of the summer kitchen, and this is where I have all my big pots and things, some canners to go over the fire, and big pots. We got a refrigerator here, but you couldn't walk out here. This is where all the jars were. A whole lot of them were sitting right there, stacked up, a couple stacks high. But I still have this whole table of stuff. This is a lot of things that came out of the summer kitchen. Seeds and things that we're going to sow and just other things that need to be put up. But right here in this corner, this is what we're working on today, was an old grill that did not work, and all it was good for was collecting wasp nests. So today we are going to make something useful out of it. All these hand tools, I got them stuffed in every corner. We're going to put a place for them to hang. We had a vote and we were just going to put shelves here to store things, but this is where we sit and save seeds and do seeds and rest when we're going into the garden. It's our little oasis. So we're going to make one shelf up there and two hangers, two different boards to hang hoes and shovels and rakes and things on, and then they'll have a permanent place to live instead of inside my summer kitchen. They have been in this corner. Isn't that terrible? So just another project while we're waiting on things to grow. Oh, and I failed to mention that the lumber, we're just going to use recycled lumber, and you might be wondering where that might come from. All we had to do is look up in the rafters, and what the boar bees haven't eaten, see a big boar bee hole there, what the boar bees hadn't eaten, we're going to use a few of these boards for the shelf and the hangers. And we get to use my Christmas present today, my brand new battery powered Craftsman skill saw, and I'm very excited about that. We got the shelf up, and he's putting some hangers up for the different tools. Sorry about the wind, but he's taking over my new saw. He likes that thing. I didn't even get to try it yet. This is going to be nice and convenient. So we're all done. Then we're going to put baskets up on the top. That one's going to hold nails, screws, and hammer. And then I'm going to put another one over here to hold stuff of the garden, like gloves and little shovels and things. We don't have all the tools up here yet because they're scattered all over the farm. And he put this little rail so the handles don't hit the lattice. And we got to replace this handle. Kind of broke it. Anything you buy nowadays from big box store ain't worth nothing. This is a brand, well, not brand new, but it's just not worth nothing. Good morning. This is day 2 on the new land, and we are out here working this morning. It's nice and overcast, and we love it like this, but we got somebody missing. Let's see, we got Mr. Joey out there and Righteous and me, but the girl is missing. I don't see her anywhere, because before she got this land, she made a commitment several months ago to help with a camp, to be an instructor, and we keep our word. So we need Joey's strength and wisdom, and he's out here this morning. This is the only one day a week that he's able to help on big projects, so we take advantage of that. And he don't mind one bit, and we come out and work as a family on big jobs. Next week we'll be working for Righteous. He's got a tractor pull next week. So even though each person here has things they could be doing, Righteous working on his tractors, Joey working on hay equipment, and me working in my garden, this is the only day we could be together working on a big project. So this whole row of fence, this is up at the road, you just seen a car come by, goes all the way down that corner. We're going to get this up today and start replacing it. The plan is to fence in half this pasture just to get the girls over here. So that means this all has to be new. that all the way down there, that's 1,000 feet, has to be redone. And we're going to put a new temporary fence. It'll just be a 3-strand electric wire fence. It goes right down by that corral, because just beyond that corral, you can't see it, is the pond. So we made that plan last week while we were here, and talked about it during the week. And we were going to come back and do this during the middle of the week when Miracle was off work, but we had some sickness and just couldn't make it over here. So we're here today. We're excited to get started, and thank you for joining us on our journey. Well, we found out as we was rolling up the 5 strands of barbed wire that the only thing holding the fence up, the wooden post, was the barbed wire. And as soon as we started taking the barbed wire off of it, most of the posts fell, the wooden ones. We have just pulled up the T-post just because a lot of them are old, they're different sizes, and we want to get the line true going down through here. And because it's right up against the road, we'll put an extra strand of electric wire, and just to make it look better. So they're loading up the T-posts that we pulled up. We'll use them, they'll all be used just somewhere else on the farm, and we'll put new ones down through here. So that's taken us all morning. It's past lunchtime. So we're going to load these up, get them put away, and the next time we come with the trailer, we'll get all the wooden posts up. So, because they've got just full of nails, and we got a place to burn them at the house.